hang in there. We didn't play good football. We turned the ball over. I thought our defense early in the game did a nice job when we turned the ball over of holding them there. And, again, the bottom line was we just played bad football today, and that starts with the head coach, not having them ready.
Where would you say the problems were on those early downs offensively?
Well, we couldn't keep drives alive because we really couldn't run the ball again. We couldn't get it run, and then we put ourselves in some penalty situations that put us in 3rd and long. And nobody's going to be good in 3rd and long. And we were not very good on 1st and 2nd down, which put us in those 3rd and longs. And we got in those 3rd and longs too early because of some penalties, where we had things going in the penalties, and we can't play that way.
David, you said after the last game that you felt like you guys maybe a little too conservative in Davis's first start. How did the weather impact kind of leading on the run on early downs and stuff?
Well, I don't think it was the weather. I think it was that we just didn't play very good football. We made some bad decisions there early. We just didn't play good football. It had nothing to do with the weather.
I think you lost your composure. You also had 10 penalties for 100 yards.
That's an undisciplined football team, and that starts with me. And we're going to get that corrected. And that's way too many. And those penalties a lot of times end up, we have positive yardage, we have positive plays, and then we end up getting a penalty here, a penalty there, a holding penalty. The pre-snap penalties are always bad for us. And it puts us in bad situations, and we're not going to be able to overcome those things. And we weren't today.
You think Mills can overcome it?
I think he can. This wasn't just Davis Mills. Everybody around Davis Mills, nobody played well around him. I mean, it's not Davis. Our entire offense did not play well today.
After the 4th and 1 when y'all failed, what happened with the mindset to really bring everything in? Because it seemed like after the 4th and 1, y'all sort of just got a little bit more conservative with the offense. Right or wrong?
Well, I think you're wrong there. I think we just basically just played the game the way we felt like we was going to play it from that start, but we just didn't get things going. Again, when you have 3rd and longs, because on 1st and 2nd down, you don't stay above the chains, and that was part of the things that we wanted to make sure we did, is stay above the chains, and we didn't do that today.
Moving forward, Coach, what's the outlook for your team?
Well, I feel good about it. We're going to go ahead, and first of all, I'm going to coach them better. We're going to get them right. That was the first thing. And then we're going to make sure we cut down on our penalties. We take care of the football. And if we do that offensively, when we have done that offensively, we've been in football games. We didn't do that today. And when you don't do that, you get your butt beat like we did today. And that team on the other side had something to do with that. That's a very good football team. But I think if we don't turn the ball over and we do the things that we're supposed to do, then we have a chance in the ball game. But not when you play the way we played today.
David, what went into the decision for Desmond King at corner today and mixing those guys up in the secondary?
Well, I feel like, injuries had something to do with that earlier, but we just felt like that's the best position for him. We felt like that we needed a more aggressive guy playing there. That's the way he plays, and he fits the things that Lovey wants to do on defense. And so we've moved a few guys around trying to put them in the best position after 3 ball games to kind of see what best fits for us, and I think it's worked out pretty good.
How would you assess his play there in Javier at slot corner today?
I thought it was good. I thought at times, until our defense was on the field too long, I thought they played well. I thought they played well enough for us to have a chance in the ball game. But when you keep them on the field like we kept them on the field today, you don't have a chance.
Hey, Coach. Injury, was that a serious injury, the chest injury?
No, it wasn't a serious injury. It's just something, we'll look at it tomorrow and see where he's at, but it wasn't serious. Really, the only thing that, talking about injury that came out today was Burkhead had a little hip. I'm not sure he wasn't able to really come back in and do what he needed to do. So that's really the only injury that we had during the game where a guy couldn't come back in and play.
You talk about not playing with Cunningham and Blacklock. And is Cunningham going to be back anytime soon?
He's on COVID right now. As soon as the COVID protocol, I think he had 5 days. I think he'll be back in the building on Tuesday. And then he and Ross will be back. He'll be back. Ross will be a little bit longer because he had COVID.
Coach, how disappointed were you with the early opportunities you had to get back into the game?
Again?
The early opportunities you had with the interception and then the disappointing on
Again, just bad offensive football. I mean, no consistency. We have to be able to stay on the field with some consistency on 1st and 2nd down, and we weren't able to do that. And it's not just our up front people. It was our getting penalties. And when we get behind on penalties like that, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory and simple. You're not going to have good consistency. You're not going to stay on the football field. And we can't play that way.
David, I know that you said Davis Mills didn't get any help on the offense.
No, I wouldn't say he didn't get any help. I'm saying that our entire offense didn't play very good today. And then obviously with a quarterback handles the ball every time, he made a couple of throws that I wish he'd had back. But I thought he did exactly what we really asked him to do, other than taking care of the ball. I mean, it wasn't on him. When you put anybody out there today, you could put Joe Montana out there today, and the way we played, and you're not going to have any success on offense.
Why did you kick the 3 points? Why did you go for the kick when you had the opportunity at the goal line to kick those 3 points? You went for the fourth down.
Because we're playing
put something on the point.
Because we're playing a football team that 3 points aren't going to do it against this type of football team that you're playing. And you have to have sevens when you're playing teams like this. And I didn't feel like 3 points at that time was good enough, and I felt like we could score at that point, and we needed to have 7 points instead of 3 points.
Did you consider putting Jack Driscoll in the second half at all?
I never thought about it.
You had about, I think, 6 guys with illnesses in this week. Were those related? Can you tell us what the health of the team is with that?
Well, some of that was COVID. Some of that was just guys had stomach virus that was kind of going around. We actually, not only with our players, we had a couple of coaches with it also. But it was just one of those bugs that were going around that kind of got us down a little bit. But Rick, that's no excuse. That has nothing to do with what happened in this game. We got our butts whipped.
How do you feel like Davis responded to struggling kind of in the offense, just not being able to move the ball?
Well, I think he did just what he's always done. He just went out there and tried to do his job. It's just that it wasn't as good enough as we needed to have it when we needed to be done like that. It just wasn't good enough today.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Good football team across the field, and when we're not executing like we want to, it's tough to win games.
What happened to you today?
I mean, it was tough. They weren't doing anything too complicated. We just got to execute better. Felt like we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times with turnovers and some penalties that limited us, but we just got to go out there and play better.
What was David Culley message to you after the game?
Just we got to stick together as a team. We can't let a loss like this pull us apart, and we still have a really long season in front of us. So just come back, put our head down, and get to work.
After those first couple of drives, you're talking about those early downs and some shooting yourself in the foot. How do you approach that in the huddles as the game was going on? Like first drive, how did y'all talk about that, trying to rectify that as the game was going on?
Big thing is just trying to have the mindset of just taking it one play at a time. We can't. It's tough to play behind the sticks. I don't think we converted very many third downs today. So just trying to put ourselves in advantageous positions to go out there and attack the defense is what we need to do.
Davis, emotionally, just for the Blues, how do you feel about the performance? What's the team move on?
I mean, it was a tough loss. Obviously, we don't want to ever have this feeling of putting up 0 points, but it's another thing. We still have a long season in front of us. A lot of our guys on our team, confident players that we know what it takes to win games, and we'll fight for that and come out next week and play better.
Can you go through the fourth down play, the pass that you thought you had in Moses? What happened?
Which one exactly?
First quarter.
Oh, down in the red zone.
Yes.
I mean, it was a play. We got our running back out into space, and the defender made a play on the ball and got his hand on it. I got to try to be better there and just avoid him and get the ball out to David in the flat.
How much did the rain, I mean, you had a slip at the beginning, or maybe some of these others, like how much did that factor into some of these plays?
I don't think it factored too much. Obviously, that one ball slipped out of my hands, but other than that, I don't think we really had any problems with the water.
Once you were in those long third down situations throughout the game, how could you sense how things were becoming, options were becoming limited? How did y'all approach that?
I mean, like I said, we don't want to get caught in third and long every time. We only have so many plays we can run, and there's some things on defense they can do to make it really hard on us. So we just got to avoid those situations.
From an individual perspective, how do you kind of keep this in perspective that, it's only your second start, but it is, obviously not the outcome you want at all?
Obviously, not the outcome we wanted. I don't think I played my best football today, but just got to have that mindset. The teammates came up to me. They still have my back. We have a long season ahead of us, and I'm ready to put my head down, get to work, and do whatever I need to do to get this team wins.
Was the game situation partly why did you feel like you were being more aggressive in some of those interception situations?
Not necessarily. I just need to see some of those better. Some of them are forced. And like I said, we just got to make plays and turning the ball over. It's tough to win games when you're turning the ball over, so we got to avoid that.
All set?
Thank you.
Good.
I mean, I guess there's only up from here. We'll take that as a plus, but I mean, we have a lot of better football that we're looking forward to ahead of us.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, David.
Coach Culley was saying afterwards, I like you guys got your last wins. As a team, where do you feel like you go from here?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I mean, it's one of the most embarrassing losses I've ever had, for sure. I mean, it's not going to break us. You know, we're going to learn from this. We're going to get better. And we're just going to move on. It's still very early in the season. We're gonna be all right.
You said a couple weeks ago you guys lost to Cleveland. You felt like it was a pretty special group. You had recently learned. What gives you a reason to still be encouraged about this team after that?
I mean, yeah, like you would think there's nothing good to come out of this for sure, but we just left a lot of plays out there. I mean, I dropped the pick. We had other guys dropping stuff or missing tackles, So I think a lot of it. I mean, I'm only speaking for defense. I don't know what's going on the offensive side at all. But if we make those plays, I think there's a different game.
When it seems like you're on the field a lot, how do you feel like that impacts your play?
I mean, we don't really have a choice, we got to do what we got to do, and we got to, in our eyes, we got to carry the team as a defense, and that's our mentality going into it every week. That the defense got to win games.
What went into you guys in a lot of situations forced field goals there? Was that how do you feel in those situations you were able to hold up, and what can you take from that?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of leading towards is there's definitely some good things on there. I mean, definitely the first half. There's some things where it could have got out of control, but I think the defense persevered and held them to a reasonable yards and scores and all that. So I mean, we're gonna look at the film and make a lot of corrections.
What was kind of Culley's message to you guys after this?
I mean, I think we all kind of had a mutual agreement. There's not really much you can say after that. We're all embarrassed. We're not happy with this at all. But we're gonna come correct. We're gonna fix this.
Would you say this is one of the games that the coaches might not even let y'all look at the film, just move on after that?
No, I mean, you got to look at the film on this. You got to. There's corrections to be made. There's things we can do better. There's always no matter what, things you can learn from.
Thank you.
It's good. Right on, man.
Thank you.
We didn't come to play. Buffalo, they had our card. It's actually embarrassing when you lose how we lost. But, we got to keep our head up, can't point fingers, can't pout, move on to the next.
Is that hard, not to point fingers, but to keep your head up after a game?
No, it's not hard at all. I mean, it's a 17-game season. Whenever you give an opportunity to have another game, you got to put the one that you just lost behind you and move forward. It's a part of the game. It's part of the business. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We are professionals, and we got to move in that manner.
David Culley said you guys just weren't ready for this game in kind of every facet. When did that become clear to you?
I mean, you look up at the scoreboard and, you see that it's a complete shutout, and they're scoring points on us. That's a given that we wasn't ready. It's just one of those things where we just got to watch film and see how we can prevent this from happening again.
Is Josh Allen and how much of that you feel like is what you guys did?
It's both. We didn't capitalize on making a play. We had a couple dropping interceptions. The ball was on the ground a bunch of times, or it could have easily went the opposite way. So, on a defensive standpoint, we got to convert when we get the opportunity. Josh Allen made a couple good throws. So it was a little bit of both.
In your career, part of not being ready for a game, can you get a sense in the days leading up to it? In retrospect, can you sense that with this weekend?
Nah, I thought we had a good practice week. It just didn't work in our favor, and we just got to find a way to not make this happen again.
All set?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Express embarrassment, what's your initial reaction to the Podium loss?
I mean, I've been in similar situations like this in the past and all that. So, yes, it's embarrassing. But the thing is, we just got to point the finger towards ourselves, individually. Look at what we could do better, improve forward. Biggest thing is we can't point fingers and we can't separate. Just be better going forward. That's it.
What David Culley said you guys after that one?
Pretty much the same thing I said. Just got to be better, no division and all that. We just got to be more disciplined, play better football, which is at any time, point in time, So we'll take this away, go back to the drawing board, check it out. But, the greatest thing is we got about, 12, 13 games. So we got a chance to respond.
In your experience, can you see things leading up to a game where the team may not be ready as they need to be?
I mean, sometimes, but it's not always true, as far as, when you're working throughout the week and all that. Thought we had, some good preparation and all that, but, we just didn't come out and play fast like we should have. We didn't finish. We didn't play good, sound football, technical football as well, too. So, from the defensive standpoint, we fought, and we fought, and we fought, but we just got to be better in the end.
Maybe I wouldn't change the outcome, but maybe playing closer, you guys have gotten some of those loose footballs. If you could just look back at that a little bit and say there were some opportunities there.
Yeah, there were definitely opportunities. Especially when guys are punching the ball out, which Lovey teaches, throughout the week and all that. It sucks when you don't get those because it gives not only it changes momentum, it gives the team life, and also it gives you a hope and opportunity to change things around.
In the first half, you guys still were close in this. What about the defensive plan that you noticed was working?
We just run pretty much a simplistic defense and whatnot, whatever Lovey calls, same plays, and all it is just guys playing their best football, just key sound football individually, and nobody doing too much and taking care of their job, not jumping out of their gaps. So that was working for us. We just got to be better in the run.
When you moved to turning point, you were able to hold them to field goals early, and then they started getting it all the way there. What was the turning point where they were able to turn those drives into touchdowns instead of three?
If you look back at it, we got gashed in the run game, and each time they kept on pounding the ball, especially if you take a look at time of possession, that's an issue. So, especially when I've been around some defenses and all that, and when you're on the field a little bit too long, guys get gassed and all that. So, they're a good football team, and they got guys who can make plays. So, got to give them credit as well too.
I know you're up front, probably not noticing Bill again, but what could you say about Desmond King, Lonnie Johnson, in their role today? Maybe notice on the sideline how they approach their role today in the offense.
To be honest with you, I can't even speak on that because I wasn't really paying attention to how the roles are and stuff like that. From what I've seen from Lonnie and from the Pig, had a great play to start the game. Play solid all day, but I got to go back through the film and see how guys did.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.